I was just sitting here thinking about the favor of God, and I was like, let me just make a video real quick. So, when you have the favor of God on your life is not going to look like other people's. Your life is going to look like everything's just handed to you. You have this perfect life, nothing really affects you. You're just walking around unhinged, just like you're having your way with life, right? And that's not the case. People on the outside looking in, they cannot understand why you don't look like what you've been through. Like, if you honestly tell them the things that you went through, they're going to think that you're lying. You're trying to exaggerate, because there's no way you went through what you went through and still came out looking like you do now. The fact that your heart has not changed, your manners have not changed, you still have morals and values and principles. It almost seems like you're not real, like you're not human. Because how can you go through all those things and still be the person you are? That's why people start to hate you, because two people can go through the same exact situation, right? You have two people going through the exact same situation. One person who has the favor of God on their life, they are going to come out looking as if nothing happened. Even if things were extremely bad, their outcome is going to look very different from the person who does not have favor. The person who does not have favor will not be able to have a blessing in disguise. The person that does not have favor will not have favor. And what I mean by that, so we're going back to two people in the same situation, right? Two people, let's say, are struggling with housing. They've been struggling with housing for the same amount of time. They come from the same background. They have the same credentials, the whole nine, right? The person who has favor, even though they've been in this season for a long time, God's going to open a blessing. That's how it works. When you have favor on your life, God will do things unexpected, like literally things that you can't even think of. He will open the doors for you. And it's like, well, where did that come from? It came from God. You know what I'm saying? Versus the person who does not have the favor, no matter how much they work, no matter how hard they try, no matter what they do, they're always going to end up at a dead end, because there's things that has to happen from a higher force to open the doors for us. We're only capable of doing what we're able to we're only capable of doing so much within our own will, within our own power. The favor of God means that you have somebody who's on your side, who is in a high position, that can open doors that no man can close, that can give you opportunities that no one can take from you. That's what the favor of God is. Like, when things are happening in your life beyond your control for your benefit, you and someone else in the exact same situation, right? But they did not have that same outcome. They went through the fire and they got burned. Third-degree burns. You went through the fire and you did not get burned. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what brings the envious and the hatred when it comes to the favor. Because it's like, well, why is this person favored? Why is this person getting special treatment? Why is this person getting what I feel like I deserve, what I need? And, it's not our doing, it is the Lord's. And He decides who He puts His hand on, who He favors. But with that, it comes with a lot of jealousy. People are not going to understand you. And sometimes people purposely go out their way to misunderstand you, because they don't want to wrap their mind around that you're a good person. And I might have a different take from a lot of people. I don't really like saying like, oh, I have good qualities. I feel like we all as humans, all of us have good qualities. But to start categorizing ourselves as good, just my personal beliefs, I had to stop doing that, because the only good thing is Jesus Christ. He was the only pure one. He was the only innocent one. He was the only one without sin. So, yeah, we have good qualities, but we're not good. We still need Him. And when people cannot figure out why you're so set apart, why you're so different, it makes them start to question themselves, and then it makes them look at you, and then they start comparing, and then that's when the hatred comes, because it's no way you are granted with certain opportunities versus them, because in their mind they already have it fixed up that you're below them, you don't deserve the things that you have. They already have their mind fixated on, all the reasons why you shouldn't be blessed, why God shouldn't be doing what He's doing, like what makes you so different, what makes you so special. And the whole time people are doing that and they're putting their mouths on you, they're doing nothing but cursing themselves. God said, touch not my anointing and do my prophets no harm. There are some people that you cannot put your mouth on. The moment you put your mouth on them, God will immediately allow things to start happening in your life. Like, immediately. There's some people you really have to be careful who you put your mouth on. And obviously, everybody doesn't believe that, but it's kind of like, you mess around, you will find out. So having the favor of God is not only the biggest blessing that you ever could have, because that's the protector of all protectors. You know what I mean? You're covered by the shield and armor of God. There is no higher protection than that. But at the same time, I just wanted to make this video and let it be known that it brings a lot of envious people, a lot of jealous people, a lot of people who compare. They will sit and compare and contrast why you have certain things, why they don't have certain things, what makes you qualified to be able to do certain things or say certain things or go certain places, drive certain cars, live in certain houses, whatever the case may be. They're going to try to discredit you because they feel as though you're not deserving of your blessings. And the more they do that, the more God is going to continue to elevate you. God will continue to prepare that table in the presence. They're not the ones who qualified you. So for them to even think that their word matters and it has some type of weight is crazy to me. God put people in positions that he felt was qualified. We, as in people, human, we're not the ones who picks ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, God chose us. He qualified the unqualified. So for anyone to think that they had a hand over that, so it does not matter who feels as though you should not have favor. The more they hate you, the more they will watch, because they're watching to see, like, is the favor going to leave? Are you making this up? They're going to keep an eye on you because, one, they're intrigued. Two, they're going to try to figure out, like I said, is this fake? Is this really what it is? And the more they watch, the more they're going to see the works of God. And eventually your haters will even become your supporters. Your haters will eventually become people who are inspired by you, because they're going to realize over time, nothing that I say stops this person. Nothing that I do can stop this person. Like, every time I put my name on this person, something bad happens to me. They're going to start seeing the pattern. And the more that happens, God will keep revealing himself, not only to you, but to other people who put their mouths on you. When you have the favor of God, there's nothing that you have to be afraid of. There's nothing that no one can do to you. No weapon that is formed will prosper. That's not to say the weapons will not form, because they definitely will form. It's going to form. But guess what? It's going to ride right past you. Never touch you. The storm is coming. It's coming. Category 5. But it's going to go right past you. Not touch you, not destroy you, nothing. So do not worry. Do not give the enemy, aka the devil, more power than what the thing really needs, because it has no power. It has power if you give it power. Ultimate power comes from Jesus Christ. When you have him, you don't need anybody else. Even if you feel like you're alone, you only need Jesus. And this is why they say favor ain't fair. Favor is not fair. It's not fair, because we serve a loving God, a mighty God. And like I said, two people could be in the same exact situation. One person, you will see the works of God on their life. And this is why they say favor is not fair, because you could see two people in the same exact situation, and then one of them, you're not going to see any favor, and the other one is undeniable, because they're not going to be able to get in certain positions, do certain things within their own will. It's nothing but God. That's what it means. Favor is not fair when you have the hand of God on your life.